The UK is crashing out again. Oh, England is on the brink of civil war. That doesn't sound too good. So a terrorist attack on October 7, 2025 targeted worshippers outside of Heaton Park, Hebrew Congregation Synagogue in Manchester, UK during Yom Kippur services, which resulted in 2 deaths, 3 injuries from a vehicle ramming and stabbings. Greater Manchester Police identified the attacker as he is the same age as me. 35-year-old. His name is Jihad? Al-Shami? This sounds like something that you buy on a late night fucking television show. It's like something that cleans counters. Okay. Who was shot dead at the scene. W, by the way. Arrested 3 others on suspicion of... 3 other people for suspicion. Prime Minister Keir Starmer condemned the anti-Semitic assault and returned... What's really surprising to me about this, and I don't know if you guys agree with this, is the fact that they are already calling this a terrorist attack. Usually they wait a little bit longer to, be more sure. But it seems like with this one, it's fucking obvious, right? Yeah, I'll look at this and see what happens. This is what happens when you recognize a terrorist state. Oh, he's talking about fucking Palestine. I don't know if the guy's from Palestine or not. This is a vile terrorist attack that attacked Jews because they are Jews. Anti-Semitism, hatred is rising once again. Britain must defeat it once again. Really, that's an interesting way to spell Soviet Russia and America, but okay, sure, you guys did something. To every Jewish person in the country, I promise you that I will do everything in my power to guarantee you the security you deserve. All right, let's watch it.
Earlier today, on Yom Kippur, the holiest day for the Jewish community, a vile individual committed a terrorist attack that attacked Jews because they are Jews and attacked Britain because of our values. So many Jewish families first came to this country as a place of refuge, fleeing the greatest evil ever inflicted on a people, and Britain welcomed them. Communities like the one attacked in Manchester provided safety, but also the security that comes from a promise that this is a country that stands up to hatred and that we don't...
Yeah, but not really though, right? But not... Because you just let a bunch of people in. But not really.
Don't just provide refuge. We provide a home. For so many Jewish families, that is the story of Britain. But Britain is also a country where Jewish buildings, synagogues, even schools require round-the-clock protection, where dedicated specialist security is necessary. Because of the...
Why? Because of why? Why? Who is it that's going out and doing this? I wonder.
Daily threat of anti-Semitic hatred. Today's horrific incident shows why. And while this is not a new hate, this is something Jews have always lived with.
It's crazy. Bro, people have hated Jews forever. I feel like it is the original racism.
We must be clear. It is a hatred that is rising once again, and Britain must defeat it once again. On behalf of the nation.
If you want to defeat it, you're going to have to address Islamic extremism and Islamic terrorism for what it is. Because the problem is that, and what's ironic about this is that the Middle Eastern countries, they're able to deal with this no problem. That's what's so funny, is that Qatar even said this. They were like, listen, your biggest problem is Islam because you don't want to deal with it because it doesn't feel right because it's a foreign culture. That's the issue. I wonder why. Well, the problem is that even inside of Islamic countries, there's infighting between different groups of Islamic people, right? The Sunni and the Shia, right? I think Iran is Shia, fucking Saudi Arabia is Sunni. And so they have different infighting as well. But my point that I'm making, was it UAE? Yeah, I think it was. But the problem is that in a lot of these, I think liberal like kind of thought cages, you're not able to criticize Islam and Muslims in the same way that you're able to with Christians. And I think the reason why is that it's seen as a foreign religion that's practiced by people that are primarily non-white. And so because of their intersectional beliefs, they don't actually want to address the problem for what it is directly. And that has caused, and I think it is continuing to cause, more and more deaths. And I think also what it's going to do is the long-term effect of that is it's going to radicalize people against normal, and I know some people disagree with this, but I think that there are a lot of Muslims that just want to live their life and just be left alone, right? Now, are there extremist ones? For sure, definitely. But I think there are some of them that are not. And I think that the people that are not end up getting categorized and treated badly because of the ones that are. And so what happens is that you are not dealing with the extremism, and you are allowing the extremism to define the entire group. It's almost like they're trying to stoke tensions and make them as bad as possible. We don't claim them as Muslims. Listen, guys, I know a lot of you guys, like a lot of people watch from the Middle East. I get it. I don't have a problem. Like, there are things, I have a problem with Christianity. I have a problem with Judaism. I have a problem with Islam. I don't agree with a lot of religious stuff. I try to respect it, and hopefully you guys can respect me and the way that I think. But at the end of the day, you should be able to live the way that you want to live. My opinion, though, is that I think religion is okay, but when you start pushing it on other people, that's the problem. But the issue is that being critical of this is seen as racism or Islamophobia. I think Islamophobia, I'm just going to say it, I think it's a made-up bullshit fake word. I do. Islam is a collection of ideas. You cannot be phobic towards a collection of ideas. People that are, like, you could say they're racist if they don't like Arabs. Sure, right? Yeah, definitely. But it's not a phobia if you just don't like certain ideas. It's like you don't have Democrat phobia, Republican phobia, Christianophobia. Like, it's not real. It's just a made-up word that's meant to silence dissent. And I think that the reason why it's been so effective is because a lot of people buy into it. And I think the reason why they buy into it is that it feeds into intersectionality. Whereas it's a foreign race with a foreign religion, and so we're not allowed to criticize it. And I think that that's the reason why the UK, that's the reason why Europe as a whole, you know, not all countries, but some of them, have had so many problems with dealing with this level of extremism because they refuse to say what it is. That's the problem. And honestly, do you know who they should be asking for help with? They should ask the UAE. They should ask Qatar. They should ask Saudi Arabia to help them because they know how to fucking deal with it. And it's very clear that Europe doesn't. And they can't, or they won't. I don't know what the reason is. Have you seen Dearborn, Michigan stuff? I've seen it, but I'm not getting into that right now. They can't pull the Arab race card because there are Arabs that have Israel citizens, so they pulled the Islamophobia card. I mean, like, after September 11th, like, you guys know I have a lot of friends that are Arab, and so, like, you know, they've told me their experiences after, like, 9/11, and that's really weird, right? Like, I don't support any of that. It's just like the collective guilt thing is bad. But at the same time, sorry, I'm going off on a big tangent. I apologize for this. But not Qatar, please. They still support Muslim Brotherhood, which created tons of terrorists. Qatar shit. I mean, I think that every country is going to have good and bad things, and I think that you should try to look at the good things. If you don't want to say Qatar, I'm not going to get in an argument about this, right? But what I'm saying is that they are able to address it and deal with it for what it is, and I think that Europe refuses to. And I think the reason why is intersectionality and it being politically incorrect. I think that's the problem fundamentally.
I want to offer my condolences to the families and victims affected. I want to thank the Greater Manchester Police, the first responders, and those dedicated security specialists.
So I'm pausing again, and this is also another bit of a tangent. I think that they're creating this problem by allowing so much mass migration. I think that bringing in migrants and immigrants at a measured rate allows them to integrate into society. But I think bringing them in like these very mass amounts, what that's caused to happen is that it's caused all of these people to effectively not assimilate into the culture. not learn the language, not try to be part of the, the cultural cohesion in that area. And it's allowed them to kind of maintain inside of their own little bubbles and their own areas. And I think that whenever you're living as a foreigner in a bubble in a foreign country, I think that, big surprise, a lot of these people become extremists. So, like, you're basically doing everything wrong in order to make the situation as bad as possible. You see what I'm saying? The other thing is the immigrants are not families, they're groups of young men. I've seen the videos. I have. And when I look at the videos, the vast majority of people that are on those boats, not all, but the vast majority, are military-aged young men. There it is. You just look at it, you see the video. Not only mass amounts, but also unvetted. Yeah.
There is no doubt whatsoever that they have prevented an even greater tragedy, and we thank them for their bravery.
Yeah, true.
But to every Jewish person in this country, I also want to say this. I know...
Get used to it, because we're not going to make any sort of meaningful change. We're just going to make speeches and never actually address the issue.
How much fear you will be holding inside of you.
Yeah.
I really do.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you. We know this is really bad for you. That sucks, man. Damn.
And so, on behalf of our country, I express my solidarity, but also my sadness, that you still have to live with these fears. Nobody should have to do that.
Well, then why don't you just get rid of the migrants? Just get rid of the migrants that are in the country. It's pretty simple.
Nobody.
Arrest the people that are preaching extremism and to kill non-believers. It's advocating for violence. It's against your speech laws anyway. Just arrest them. Like, I don't even understand. Like, how is this? Like, this is such a manufactured problem. It's amazing.
And so I promise you that I will do everything in my power to guarantee you the security that you deserve, starting with a more visible police presence protecting your community. I promise you that over the coming days, you will see the other Britain, the Britain of compassion, of decency, of love.
Why would they see that?
And I promise you that this Britain will come together to wrap our arms around your community.
He is such a dick eater, man. He really is.
And show you that Britain is a place where you and your family are safe, secure, and belong. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. If a terrorist Muslim is our home security, terrorist Muslim, I'm not sure about any of this. I have no idea. Let me see if there's any more of this. Strong words. What is this?
I feel nothing but contempt for the Prime Minister, frankly. Last week, he was being congratulated by Hamas. This week, he's lamenting a Hamas-style attack in Manchester. He deserves nothing but contempt. He has presided over a government that increasingly has been hostile to Israel just when Israel is battling for its life and needs our support.
I do not want to get involved in a conflict in the Middle East. I don't live there. I'm not even close to it. I don't want to get involved. Like, why is it that you... Why isn't there like a middle ground position that Islamic extremism is problematic, but that doesn't mean that we have to go send trillions of dollars to Israel? Like, why can't we have a middle ground position for this? It's so frustrating. Because I'm not on this side. I don't agree with this. Fuck, what the fuck does it have to do with... The fuck does it have to do with Israel? This wasn't in Israel.
His recognition of a Palestinian state placed no demands on the Palestinians at all, not for Hamas to lay down its arms, not for Hamas even to release the hostages. It just gave them a state regardless. Jews feel abandoned by him, abandoned by this government and
I do think that he's right about this to an extent in terms of Jewish people feeling like they've been ignored. This is probably true. And I think that a lot of the governments are afraid of saying anything about it because it's become unpopular on social media.
abandoned by pretty much every politician on the left that sheds crocodile tears today while spreading anti-Semitic bile month after month over the last couple of years.
Christ, why is everything so fucked? It's so frustrating to watch something like this, isn't it? Like, to me, it's so frustrating to watch this.
But I mean, why do you think
I don't want to have I don't want to have my government be making decisions based off of like Islam or fucking Judaism. Like, what is this? It's so weird. I'm tired of it all. Yeah, it's exhausting. Look at the dog shit street. More money to Israel. Yeah, I mean, like, Israel shouldn't. Why is everybody so obsessed with an ethnic group of like 20 million people? I mean, I'm not. Listen, I am not. I have explained why I think people hate Jews. Look, I've been back for. This is my second day back. Okay, like let's just calm down. All right.
Are you suggesting that Keir Starmer doesn't...
Fence sitting 101? No, this isn't a fence sitting. Like, just because I don't want to fully endorse Israel, and I also don't want to fully endorse Hamas, that's not fence sitting. That's called not being retarded. Like, just because somebody doesn't want to go along with your extremism doesn't make them a fence sitter.
Understand the sentiment and the feeling of British Jews? Do you think that he understands and doesn't care? What do you think is driving this?
Well, it's impossible to look into Keir Starmer's soul, if indeed he has a soul, and to divine exactly where this hypocrisy is coming from. But he does tend to have a modus operandi where he throws the Jews rhetorical crumbs while advancing policies that are contrary to Jewish interests and indeed security. His indulgence.
Are we advocating that we need to have policies that are meant to advance Jewish interests? I mean, I don't want that. I don't think that we should be making policies that are categorically designed in order to benefit a ethnic or a religious group. I don't want that. What are these Jewish interests? Yeah, what is this? Isn't it? It's so... Why is this is like the South Park fucking meme of choosing between a turd sandwich or a giant douche?
Of this anti-Semitic rhetoric, which has criticized Israel far more than Hamas. I mean, Hamas is the jihadi group that started this war, that committed the atrocities, and Israel is trying to...
What the fuck does this have to do with the shooter? Like, what the knife guy? Why is it always fucking about this?
Protect its people and get it...
This was a problem before October 7th to begin with. Holy fuck.
As best it can. Hamas is playing the game of human sacrifice, if I can call it a depraved game. Israel is trying to protect life as best it can while still winning the war. Keir Starmer's been buying their propaganda, spreading it, condemning Israel, not condemning Hamas anywhere near as much, and whipping up people's emotions against Israel, against our natural ally in democracy, as it seeks to defend its people. Shame on him.
Oh my God. Holy shit, guys. All charges over convoy who shouted rape Jewish daughters. What is that? What the fuck is going on? Oh my God. Holy shit, what the fuck is going on? You support them? I support their right to freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. Yeah, sure. I don't support this. I do support this. Is that fair? I try to be a reasonable guy. I do. I try to be a reasonable guy. I don't know. I think from the river to the sea, I know like that there is like, oh, that's not technically what it means, and it doesn't necessarily mean eradicating Israel. But I mean, I've seen a map too, and I think a lot of people that say it do mean that. So it's a little bit gray with that phrase. But I mean, we can all fucking agree that any convoy that's driving around shouting to rape Jewish daughters, and this is in the UK, okay? They're arresting you for Facebook memes, but they can't arrest people driving around saying to rape religious minorities. What the fuck is going on? Where's the priorities here? It's 2022. I understand that. I do. I understand that. But that doesn't really matter. It shouldn't have happened then, and it's still happening now. A few years ago. Yeah, this is it here. Let's watch it.
Fuck the movement, fuck all of us, fuck the mothers, fuck the daughters, and show you support for Palestine. Shut them out. Fuck the movement, fuck all of us, fuck the mothers, fuck the daughters, and show you support for Palestine.
Bro, some guy in chat, most based fucking comment I've seen today. Do you remember when the UK police was having female officers jog around so they could bait guys into catcalling them? So they're baiting guys into catcalling them, but they're not arresting these people that are driving around saying to rape them. What the fuck is going on? And I'll tell you what's going on over there. It is a intentional obfuscation of reality because addressing the reality of this is uncomfortable for people. They're afraid of addressing the reality of it because it sounds bad. It feels bad. It doesn't align with their values. Didn't he say fuck them? Yeah, what do you mean by, like, he said fuck them, but it just happened to be all of the females, like their mothers, their daughters. Like, what do you think he means by that? Come on, what are we talking about here? And so anyway, it's just crazy. It's hypocrisy. Yeah, the hypocrisy with this is just over the fucking edge. And let me see if I can find any more of these here, if there's anything else. How come just immediately recognize the terrorist attack, but Southport incident? I don't know about that. I have no idea. And let's see if there's anything else going on here. Zionism is a crime. What is this?
Zionism is a crime. Zionism is a crime. Nothing down for Palestine.
Show Israel the red card.
Zionism is a crime. Zionism is a crime. Nothing down for Palestine. Nothing down for Palestine. Zionism is a crime. Zionism is a crime.
Man.
Nothing down for Palestine. Shutting down for
Is this hate speech? I don't know. This kid's so sick of this. Yeah. I do have to say that the entire crowd and all of them are probably a bunch of upper middle class white liberals. Because there are no problems in your country that actively really affect you. So you're going out and you're finding yourself a cross to nail yourself up on so you can feed your internal guilt. That's what's going on. It's so exhausting, isn't it? It's obnoxious. Yeah, biggest reason I hate these people, they don't care about Ukraine, a sovereign country defending themselves for years now. I mean, I think that a lot of people like support Ukraine too. I mean, maybe some people don't, but I don't know. Let me go back. I'll watch a couple more of these, and then we'll see what's happening on YouTube too. But kids just trying to Nintendo Switch. I'm not a big fan of Israel, but I'd much rather support them than literal terrorists. This is what I would rather do. Not deal with it. We have homeless veterans in our country. When we are allocating time, resources, and effort into solving a problem in the Middle East, we are not helping them. I think it's more important to help them. It's not that I don't care about the problem over there. It's just that I think our responsibility should be helping the people that are here first. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Just breaking news for the Prime Minister said that additional police assets will be deployed at synagogues across the country after that
didn't work.
terror attack at a synagogue in Manchester. Speaking as he flew back to the UK from a summit in Denmark to chair an emergency COPA meeting, he says, "We will do everything to keep our Jewish community safe." I've got to be honest with you, Prime Minister, I don't think you have done enough to keep our Jewish community safe. I think when you
You shouldn't have let the migrants in. It's not also just Jewish people that are victims of this. It's everybody else. Like, it's the migrants that are the problem. Because you bring in a bunch of people like that in mass, never assimilate or integrate them into society, keep them as an underclass, and then you get surprised when their kids become radicalized because they live in a weird second-class citizen state inside of a foreign country. Wow, what a shock. Oh my God, who could have predicted this?
happily allow these pro-Palestinian marches on the streets. And yeah, the last government did too. I think it was a point
I
where
think it's totally okay to have a pro-Palestinian march on the street as long as it's allowed by the government and they're not just shutting down a road for no reason. You know, they don't have a permit for it. Everybody should have the right to protest for whatever they want. I mean, the KKK can march. I think Palestinians should be able to march too. Like, why is it that... Fuck, man. Why is everybody retarded? What the fuck happened?
they were supportive of the Palestinian people and people in Gaza. They're just pro-Hamas marchers. A lot of the people who organise them.
Somebody says it's Tylenol.
People in Gaza. They're just pro-Hamas marchers. A lot of the people who organise them are very, very closely linked with
that. I do think it's true that a lot of people that are pushing this stuff are pro-Hamas, which I do think is bad. I mean, Hamas kills they kill Palestinians too, by the way. It's not like they only fight against Israel. They kill their own people too.
Hamas terrorists who launched the attack on October the 7th and still hold hostages right now, starved and beaten and tortured in tunnels under Gaza City and elsewhere. When so little is done, when pro-Palestinian activists are able to, you know, freely basically set off fireworks and act with impunity on our streets, as they did in London only last...
That's a good point that she's bringing up now, because, like, if she's talking about a protest or a march, I support that. But when we're talking about lighting off fireworks, destroying property and obstructing traffic, and then preventing people from moving around, and especially when you're talking about being violent, this is something that should have never happened. And I think that the government is afraid to push back against it because they're worried that it will radicalize more people, or it's like effectively not part of like their political programming. Now you get it? No, I'm telling you, right? I mean, like, again, I have no problem with the protests, right? That's fine. It's what happens along with that. I'll be right back.
Tonight, if you look at my social feed, you'll see I've just retweeted some images of that. Not a police officer inside. When a Jewish man, Gideon Folter, is told off for walking along on one of these pro-Palestinian marches against the route of traffic and being told he has to leave because he is openly Jewish. When children...
Wait. No. I don't believe this. I'm sorry. I don't believe this. This is bullshit.
If I could ask you to stay there, please. Thank you very much. I know, I have heard you. I don't want to stay here. I want to leave. Well, in that case, sir, I'm going that way. When the crowd is gone, I will happily escort you out. I'm going to walk. No, I don't think that. There's no reason. No, sir. I don't want anybody antagonising anything. Okay? Yeah, and at the moment, sir, you are quite openly Jewish. This is a pro...
What?
Yeah, and at the moment, sir, you are quite openly Jewish.
Because of the hat!
Pro-Palestinian march, right, sir? You are quite openly
No!
Jewish. This is a pro-Palestinian march.
Sir, you're openly Jewish. You can't pass. It's like, I mean, this is the kind of shit that, like, I mean, this is why I look it up. Because it's like, I can't even believe this. Oh my God. What did this happen in the last This happened a year ago? This has been going on for a year?
Right? I'm not accusing you of anything, but I'm worried about the
I'm not accusing you of anything.
reaction to your presence. There's a unit of people here now. You're being escorted out of this area so you can go about your business, go where you like freely, or if you choose to remain here because you are causing a breach of peace with all these other people, you will be arrested.
Wow.
If I remain here, you will
You got a license for that hat, mate? Yeah.
Your presence here is antagonising a large group of people that we can't.
You're, wait, what do you,
remain here, you will arrest me.
Because your presence here is antagonising a large group of people that we can't.
he's openly Jewish and his presence here is antagonizing a lot of people. So if the KKK held a march, they'd have to escort out all the black people. Now, I gotta say, that's the same logic. That is the same fucking logic. Wow. I don't know what to say.
With all of them, if they attack you, or if they because your presence is antagonising.
That is just sick, bro. Like, oh my God. Well, I didn't believe it.
Walking along on one of these pro-Palestinian marches against the route of traffic and being told he has to leave because he's openly Jewish. When
I didn't believe it. I don't know what to say.
children who go to schools that are Jewish schools are told, you know, don't wear your blazer. We don't want anyone to know you're Jewish. When every synagogue in this country has to have a guard outside, more than one guard outside because of the fear of attacks. When people are routinely being harassed in the street, on social media, in public, on public transport. Sorry, it's too late. It's too late, Prime Minister. And when you recognise a Palestinian state, the cause that has been used to justify so much of the, not anti-Zionism, not pro-Palestinian, not anti-Israel, but anti-Semitic views and opinions and attacks on our streets.
Can we stop assigning a collective guilt to Jewish people because of things for Israel in the same way that, like, just because Hamas does something, it doesn't mean every Muslim is responsible for it? I mean, like, I feel like there are a billion, like 1.6 billion, something like that, 1.2 billion Muslims in the world. They don't all live in Palestine. In fact, I think most of them don't. These are two separate fucking issues. I understand what she's saying. She's saying that by recognizing Palestine as a state, you are paying lip service to terrorists that are advocating for it. I think that you should think a little bit above that and look at what's right and wrong rather than basing everything off of it being a reaction to what somebody else is doing. I think that you need to have a principled stance on something, and just because a bad person agrees with you doesn't make you wrong. It's been a month. People have gone crazy. I take a month off. Everybody loses their fucking mind. Is it just coincidence that 9 out of 10 of the top people in BlackRock are Jewish? I don't know if it is or not. Like, listen, if you want to go into a Jewish conspiracy and talk about all of that, that's fine. But can you at least fucking agree that just because 9 out of 10 people in BlackRock are Jewish, it's not a reason for some random guy to go and stab Jews in a synagogue? Like, I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? These are two totally different conversations. It's not like the Jews that are in that synagogue have any sort of fucking, connection to the guys that are running BlackRock. This is crazy. Like, I think this is too much. Asmongold. Gentlemen. Oh, God. I can't wait to read the threads about this tonight. Yeah. We got him. For sure, guys. For sure.
You gave them succor. You basically said, carry on, we'll give you the
Never
reward.
beating
That's
the allegations.
What you did.
I know.
This is on you. This is on you, Prime Minister. So don't you bloody dare say we'll put police outside synagogues. You're one of the reasons why there need to be police outside synagogues.
That part is true. I agree with her with that. I absolutely 100%.
Don't you bloody dare saying you want to keep the Jewish community safe in this country when you're part of the reason of why they are not. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Damn. I think it's the unfettered migration that's causing the problems, for sure. And what is this? I'll look at a few more. Pro-Palestine protesters blocking Whitehall roads. They were celebrating the attack. No, there's no way. Jesus Christ. Sorry, it's so fucking loud. Overwhelmingly white. Overwhelmingly bored white people. I'm sorry, guys. I know, and it's... I want to apologize, on behalf of all the white people. I don't know why we keep doing this. We keep causing problems. Like, it's very annoying. It annoys me, too. I'm trying to talk to the rest of them and get them to stop doing this, but... yeah, it's overwhelmingly women. They even got blue hair. I do. Yeah, you're right. Overwhelming. It's overwhelming women. No, you're totally right. I mean, like, whenever they did the arrests and everything, it was primarily women too. At least this isn't a bunch of Karens. This one's full of dudes. Yeah, I think this one's from a while ago. I don't even know what the fuck they're saying. Let me go back and see if I can find this. How are Jewish people in London meant to feel reassured when a few hours after Jews were murdered in Manchester, we have this outside of Parliament? Jesus Christ! Isn't it crazy how in mythology, every single ancient society came to the conclusion that there should be a mythological beast that is a female that lures men to their doom and often makes very loud screeching sounds? That in so many different mythologies, you had the same thing happen. What are the odds of that? That's crazy, huh? It's always a loud woman on a loudspeaker. It sure is. Say no to Tylenol. How many of their moms took Tylenol whenever they were present? Or pregnant? Yeah. No, you're right. It's always a woman on the loudspeaker screeching. My favorite one about this is there was one of these events that happened here in America. And it was a girl with a loudspeaker, and you could see that she put the pro-Palestine stickers on top of like BLM stickers or Antifa stickers or something else like that. It's like... it's like, it's a new cause, right? It's the current thing. Oh, God. Is she a collector? Do you think this is World War III? No, it's just I mean, it's like 100 people out there like protesting, causing trouble. I'll see if there's anything else more about this, but then otherwise I'm going to see if there's anything else to look at and move on to some other stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously pretty fucking bad.